No, I was wrong. They're in fact not going to block the Adeline. They're just going to die. Greetings, everyone. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that you are here. We're going to be playing some Magic the Gathering Arena today, as always. These are some of the highlights from our stream, and I really hope you enjoy the games. If you do really enjoy the program, please don't forget to leave a like and subscription. It really, really helps the channel. So without further ado, let's get to the games. Obviously, the two-color cards should come back anyway. I don't know, folks. I am currently heavily leaning towards Restoration Angel, I think. Though, admittedly, both Hero and Emergent Sequence are interesting for really for sure. You have to be really degenerate to win these cubes. I agree, but like I say, Pogshim, the Restoration Angel, that's what I'm saying. The floor on it is really good. It's a 3/4 flying flash. If it blinks things, it gets degenerate, right? So it is what it is. Take the Sphinx of Clear Skies, Force 5 color. Deals combat damage to a player, reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. I mean, that does sound like a lot of fun, ironically. Is it pack one, pick one good? I think it is, actually. Unless we were just like, if we were going to do that, I think we would take the Kinnan, just because Kinnan's stupid. But I would agree, Pogshim, that I think everything here is pretty fair. So I think we're just going to take the Restoration Angel and see what happens with pick two. I always force 5 color. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. All right. So now we've got to decide really quickly if we want to win or do something, you know, silly and degenerate or whatever. Because I think Adeline might be the pick if we're looking to win, because we're just, you know, we can just be aggressive with this hand, right? Just curve out, kill our opponent. There's a pretty reasonable, you know, there's quite a few pretty reasonable aggressive white creatures. We'd probably end up in red and white. If this was a human draft, I think we would just snap off the Adeline, because it's so few people want to draft red, because they're like, I don't want to be aggressive. I want to do something degenerate, which is fair and reasonable, right? But I don't know. Explorer is really good. Llanowar Visionary is good. You know, there have been 4 ramp cards, 2 in each pack we've passed so far. Red's pretty boring. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I'm just saying, Pogshim, if we were looking to win, I think that's where you'd want to be, is try and get aggressive, go under all of these more degenerate decks. The Elder Dragon War, I mean, yeah, it's just strong. It's a 4-mana 4/4 flying whenever you want it, essentially. The fact that it can be, you know, a sweeper, and, you know, then the rummaging thing is kind of nice as well. Blue-red's very fun. I mean, that's fair. Folks, I think we're already in white. Let's just take the Adeline, see where it goes. The Explorer is tempting. I would agree with that. Oh my gosh. Elishnorn is pretty strong here. The Regal Caracal would be good as well, since we've already got the Restoration Angel. But I think the power level difference between Elishnorn and Regal Caracal is stark indeed. I think almost ridiculous, honestly, the power level difference between these two. Because keep in mind, this plays more like Constructed, but it's still slower, right? Tiamat. We don't have any dragons yet. We do have white, so we're already in white. I guess we're pretty close to Tiamat, right? Yeah, we're just going with the we're gonna go with the Elishnorn here. I am just that greedy. Okay. So it comes to it, folks. It comes to it. Are we Esper Sentinel gamers or Mull Drifting gamers? As Sentinel is just really strong, and it fits directly into what we're trying to do. Mull Drifter, though, we've already got the Restoration Angel, right? Billy Badaim says Sentinel. Pogshim says Sentinel. All right. I mean, we're sliding in here. Zakama, I passed it yesterday. I'm sorry, Chronically Ill. Oh my goodness. Did we just get a History Benalia? Oh my word. What is happening here? I think the bots are just giving us everything we want. I feel bad. I'm kind of abusing these bots, it feels like. Is there any reason to take something other than History Benalia, folks? Somebody defend another card. I mean, a land, but we don't even have any idea what other color we would be in. So the Hallowed Fountain is kind of meh. Nickel is cool. I mean, yes. I'll give you that. I mean, at least the games would be fast, right? Redacted. Karn does make big constructs. Is it good enough? All right. Yeah. Let's just go to the Benalia. Okay, so no white cards, folks. So there's Protean War Engine, which is pretty sick. If we ended up in red and white, Ronas would have been a nice overrun effect. Okay, there was something to be said for that. I still doubt it was better than the History Benalia, but you make a good case. Onyx Virus, good to see. You got me some pinwheels. Oh my goodness, all your PC parts have arrived. Sick. Unless you have a billion treasures, that makes sense. Press anyone. Glad you made it, my friend. I mean, Savai Triome is kind of a sweet land that just leaves us open to a bunch of different colors. You know, and it's already in our main color. Having a couple of tap lands is just fine in Cube, right? Hoping to be able to stream again by Friday. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Yeah, folks. Again, Protean War Engine is sick, but I think we're just supposed to be here. I think that's just a better play, because we don't even know that we're going to be in red yet, you know? Speaking of which, all right, so we saw yesterday the power of Swarm Saboteur. Very, very powerful card. But there's also a bunch of lands. We could get Indotha Triome and cement ourselves for a pretty easy white and black. But then the door would still be open for red or green as a splash, right? Swarm Saboteur, though, if we're going to be in black, honestly, it's a 2-drop, so it slides right into our curve right now. We have 0 2-drops. And it is one of the best 2-drops to slam on an empty board, right? 5-color mono white, let's go, right? Hedron Archive's pretty okay if we end up with a bunch of big things, though I doubt we're going to end up with a bunch of big things, right? We probably wouldn't even end up playing it, given the way it looks right now, right? It's just a save my creature card ATM. It's true, yeah. All right, folks. I'm currently on Indotha Triome, though. Somebody convince me to take the Swarm Saboteur, or I'm just going to snap off this land. You go for the land too, Steinel? I mean, the nice thing about this is it makes our Black Blast much easier. You'd go with the Swarm Saboteur. Chronically Ill, having a Surge of Discipline. It does open up the possibility to 5-color. Now, the only thing we're short is blue mana, right? Okay. So, we are definitely to the 8th pick. Almost all commons and uncommons is all that's left in this particular pack. Currently, like, the Gonti does get blinked by Restoration Angel. It trades well. It's just a solid value thing. The Rip Apart is removal, of which we don't have any yet. Elite Guard Mage, if we're blinking things, we've already got Restoration Angel, you know, whatever. We could take the Momentary Blink as a nod to future blinking shenanigans. Or we could just say, yeah, quit fooling around, take the stinking Llanowar Elves, because Llanowar Elves is stupid. Merlo, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you again. Elite Guard Mage is a good target, so is Gonti, sure. We could do the Ornithopter, I suppose, because then we don't have to be in green. How do you folks feel about Ornithopter over Llanowar Elves? It's a much less good card if you're on the play and it's turn 1 and you have an untapped green source. Llanowar Elves is broken, right? Objectively broken. The Ornithopter of Paradise slips right into our curve and fixes for whatever. You'd go with the Gonti or the Thopter. All right, let's do this. Take the Thopter. All right, we did get some lands back, kind of nice. All the ramp came back from this pack. Kennen is here, which is again broken. Domri is, if we ended up in Naya, would be sick because we're looking like we might have quite a few smaller creatures, and just giving them all +1/+0 is pretty good. It's also control, it fights and stuff. But, you know, currently we're solidly on mono white currently, right? So that feels like a little bit of a reach. We could just take the Bright Climb pathway, which is where I'm leaning right now. Again, we have a white-black land, a white-black land. We would have another white-black land. And this one's completely non-committal. Like, this is just strictly better planes at this point. Obviously, again, the ramp, though. You go with the land for sure. Onyx Virus is the land. All right, well, let's do it. Feels like this is a snap Felidar retreat, although the Inspiring Vantage is something. We do have another red land already. I like the Dummery, but my bias there. Yeah. Strictly better until the opponent pulls out a Wasteland. Right. Well, okay. You know what? Ratchet? You're right. You're right on that. Folks, I think the Felidar is just sick here, right? I mean, it's a solid 4-drop, slides kind of right into the curve. Again, we might regret not getting the Inspiring Vantage, but I feel like taking the Inspiring Vantage, speculative Inspiring Vantage over the Felidar retreat here is kind of just wrong. Oh my gosh. So the Regal Caracal did come back, which I'm currently thinking we just windmill slam Regal Caracal. Heraldic Banner is sneaky good here. We're as close as we've ever been to monocolor and cube, right? And just being able to name white, this is a stinking anthem. All of our creatures get +1/+0, but it also ramps us to things like Elishnor and stuff, right? You go with a Maelstrom Pulse, Steino? Do you have some bias showing there, Steino? I don't think we can pass this. Would you mind finishing your draft so I can snipe you? All right, just a minute, Zagaier. I'm trying. All right, we'll go. That opponent got it from a super secret lair code or something. Yeah. Right? Okay, so we don't have any blue mana whatsoever yet. So the Mole Drifter feels a little bit greedy. The Shatora's Proving Ground, though, we don't have anything other than mono white, but this gives us another green and black land. So I feel like we just should slide that. You'd go with easy Mole Drifter on Original One. Good to see you there. Good to see you there. Great Daf, good. Glad you made it. Oh, shoot, folks. Why didn't anybody remind me I didn't start the music? Darn it. And you can cycle the land. I mean, we don't have any blue yet, folks. All of our lands are here. All right. I'm not putting it in the main yet because we don't know anything about that yet. Enters the battlefield with a Death Touch counter. Whenever it does combat damage to a player, you may remove a Death Touch counter. Exile an artifact enchantment that thing controls. So just the Hallowed Fountain then? You would go with the Spell Thief, Steino? You don't need to cast, it's just nice to look at. All right, fine. Like, the Hallowed Fountain is... Enters battlefield, conjure a duplicate of target spell to your hand. That card perpetually gains. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any spell to cast. I mean, I agree with that. That is pretty sweet. Copy your own angels, things like that. The problem is, I don't know. I don't think we can take it if we pass this Hallowed Fountain, right? There'll be other cool blue cards if we're going back to blue. All right. Here we go. Currently, Parallel Lives is sneaky something, right? Tokens that can be blinked and make more tokens, right? Tokens. I'm taking a speculative Parallel Lives. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be there or not. We're not going to take a black card, right? Oh my gosh, we got back the Swarm Saboteur. CPA's glad you made it. Good to see you. You won't play that land. I mean, you're right. But then we wouldn't play the other thing either. The bots are paid actors. Yep. You gotta, well, I mean, you gotta pay a lot though. You know, I'm just saying. So here's the thing, folks. Here's the thing. There's a Tristani discardant in this pack. I just want to point that out. There's Trostani Discordant in this pack. And we just got a Parallel Lives for free. This is like, you know, a 13th pick Parallel Lives or something. We get that and we ignore it. What would we even take in this pack if not for Trostani? Ren is awesome too. Would we... Is this... Our current deck wants a Trostani more than it wants a Ren. Delicious Crepes. Good to see ya. Yes! Delicious Crepes is on my side. Delicious Crepes is on my side. Oh no! They're trapping me! They're trapping me! The bots are trapping me. They know. They know. We could take Harmonious Archon. Rafine is actually kind of interesting, Steino. We do now have the Hallowed Fountain. And we're, you know, we've got white and black on lockdown, right? So Rafine is really, really good. Easy abrades a Geiger? I mean, I agree with that. Hangerback Walker would be amazing if it wheels. Okay, which card is gonna wheel, folks? Rafine, Hangerback Walker, or Harmonious Archon? Actually, with the fixing we've got, Yarok isn't bad. We have quite a few under the battlefield effects. That's true, Steinel. Never yellow guy, glad you made it. Feed the Swarm? I mean, if we got Feed the Swarm back, we'd be happy about that too. Are you just saying that's the correct pick? Is Feed the Swarm just the correct one? Yes, that's what we're playing, Mike4864, is we're actually in the event, which is bot draft, which originally I was like, oh man, I don't know that we want to do that, but it's actually been great because I've been able to BS with you guys while I'm supposed to be drafting. Sweet the Farm will be back. So then you're saying I should take Harmonious Archon then, is what you're saying. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. You'd go for Yarok? In our almost exclusively mono white deck, you'd go Yarok. Oh, good to see ya. Got a crazy Grixis Super Friends deck from this. Oh man, now I'm jealous. Here we are. First pick, Restoration Angel. Second pick, Adeline. Shoehorning mono white. All right. Harmonious Archon, come on down. Folks, look at this curve we've got going on here. Look at this. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Good heavens. Nickel Boss is the first pack. I'm like, sure. Yeah, sounds right to me. Okay. Okay. All right. I know what you're all thinking. I know what you're all thinking. John, haven't you lost enough games with Anointed Procession and Parallel Lives in your deck? I know you're all thinking that. But really, what you're all here for is to watch me lose, right? And so, I mean, I think this is just what everybody wants. Oh my gosh. Okay, so, whoa. Interesting. Actually, so we've got ETB 2 dudes, ETB 2 dudes, ETB 2 dudes. With Emil, we just keep making those dudes a lot, right? How was your day, CPAzer? You take the Unicorn? Kenrith is a good pick. Because it, you know, it actually, makes use of all of our lands here. Gives us a lot of flexibility. We can reanimate things. You'd go the Horse. This pumps all of our stuff, guys. If we have 1 million tokens out, you go the stinking Unicorn. It's another 4-drop. I've got to do it because we've got 1 million 4-drops. Maybe it'll probably come back though. Nobody likes Emil, though these are bots, so I never know. Finale of Devastation is interesting. Timeless Witness is interesting. Obviously, the lands are something. I think we've got to go with Sunpel Grove, though. I'm sorry, Patrick Mendy. I'm sorry. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so there's Mirari's Wake. There's God Eternal Ketra. There's Temple Garden and Guardian of Nubenalia. Guys, please. Please. Is it Mirari's Wake or God Eternal Ketra? Because I'd love to say it's the Temple Garden, because that would win us more games if we take the Temple Garden. But what I really want is Ketra. All right, we're gonna get the Mirari's Wake back, though. Everything's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Battle Screech. It's just Battle Screech, right? I mean, Tireless Provisioner is actually really good here. It actually makes a bunch of tokens. They're food tokens and treasure tokens, but who cares, right? It does fit into our curve better, but we get... This is 2 1/1 flyings, and then you flash it back and get 2 more 1/1 flyings. So this is 4 1/1 flyings. So with Parallel Lives, that's 8 1/1 flyings. Since we have Anointed Procession and Parallel Lives, like, it's not unreasonable to believe that we would get both, or, you know, have one or the other. Tireless Provisioner is just better. We really haven't seen much removal, Steinel. Tireless is better. All right. All right. Fine, fine, fine. Oh, it's Guardian of Angel. How do we feel about that? Really nice, just slides into the curve, but it also is really good later on in the game when we just cast a bunch of them, right? Shattered Sanctum is also interesting. I guess the Inspiring Overseer is pretty okay. It's just a flyer. I do like taking extra turns, Steino. You're absolutely right. This is just the best curve consideration, though. Having another solid 3-drop would be good. Gain a life, draw a card is just really good. Making sure to keep hitting our land drops. You know, we want to make sure to hit our 4th land drop pretty easily, and we need to get to 5 eventually. All right. All right. We'll take the boring pick. Okay, so Teshar came back, but we don't have that many historic spells, right? I don't think Teshar is actually very good for us here. Just take the Blooming Marsh. See if we set ourselves up for... Yeah, but we don't have any creatures power 4 or greater, really, either. It's essentially just a ramp spell, right? I'm thinking the land, just so that next pack we can, you know, like, black is wide open. We have a free black splash right now. Just want to mention I started drafting with you on 3-0 already. Well, you know, Zageiger, you weren't having to deal with chat, darn you. Taking the land. Just gotta move, keep it moving. Oh my gosh, we got Hangerback on the wheel. Is it Hangerback or Feed the Swarm? It's got to be Hangerback, right? It's just too good. Oh, that's right, because we're gonna get whatever that's called. We're gonna get the mana doubler back, Mirari's Wake, right? If we get Mirari's Wake and Hangerback Walker, she'll live the dream. Sling Gang Lieutenant actually makes a bunch of dudes. And I think we, you know, like I say, the Black Splash is pretty free right now. Oh my gosh, we got Emil and Kenrith back. Is that horse time? Folks, are we living the horse dream? We might be living the horse dream here. Darn it, Great Daft Get. I'm sorry, I did not see that dad joke there. That is my bad. What's a lazy person's favorite exercise? Well, diddly squats. You actually prefer Kenny here? Well, okay, so the ETB's Pressany one would be make 2 dudes, make 2 dudes, make 2 dudes, right? But it also just You can put, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay a white or a green. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on it. If it's a unicorn, you put 2 instead, but we don't care about that. Like, so it's kind of an anthem as well, right? Well, I mean, but we have quite a few extra lands that are duels, right? Yeah, it does do 1/1 counters pretty easily, right? Let's try Kenrith. Blocked and reported. Oh no! Let's do the Kenrith. It fits better into the curve. We want to be Anointed Procession or Parallel Lives on 4 if we can. Maybe even Timeless Witness on 4? That might make the deck. Probably not, actually. Oh my god! We got it! I told you Mirari's Wake would wheel. I told you! Folks, 14th pick Mirari's Wake. Living the dream. Living the dream. Pack 3. Pack 3. Okay. So Jetmir's Garden is the correct pick, but this comes back. This 100% comes back. So, it's just Elspeth's Son's Nemesis, right? Just make a bunch of dudes. Or is it, like Minsk and Boo, maybe? I think it's got to be just the Elspeth. I think it's just too good. That probably means Timeless Witness is out now, but I think it's got to be Elspeth. Just make a bunch of dudes. That's what we're doing, right? Oh boy, March of Otherworldly Light showed up. I mean, Welcoming Vampire, pretty easily considerable. So is Ajani, but I think we need the removal. We currently have no ways of removing anything. Tireless Tracker would be pretty good too. But we have no ways of removing anything. This is mono white removal. We got to take it. Iganjo? It's probably the right pick here, right? Maybe Terra Sunder. Hold on. Maybe, is it Terra Sunder? You'd go with Farewell? We have all these creatures. Like, essentially every card in our deck is a creature. But we won't have turn 1 black, right? Or turn 2 black or turn 3 black. This is essentially cut down for the most part. But it's a land, so it's easier to fit in our deck, right? Terra Sunder is more flexible. But only if we have the extra colors. Evolve Sleeper is a fine choice, but it would be, you know... Guys, I think it's got to be this. It's just got to be this. We'll see what comes back. Something from that pack is coming back. Almost every card there works for us. So whatever comes back, we'll be happy with, I think. Archangel of Wrath could be kicked every time, and it does have lifelink. D-Spark is removal. Do we have any Planeswalkers? We don't have any Planeswalkers. Is it the Immortal Sun? The correct choice is Deluge. Maybe. I mean, Toll's Mirror would be good, but I think it actually might come back. I legit think this might come back. All right, Immortal Sun. We might end up having to cut that. We'll see. Actually, not a lot that was really great in that pack, honestly. Elspeth White. What? Oh, we do have Elspeth. Oh, Elspeth's Son's Nemesis. You're right. Okay. That's fair. I think the one of non-bow is still okay, but it does make Elspeth less good. Chromatic Lantern is ramp. I don't think we're going to play any of these cards, are we? We're not going to play a Cavalier of Dawn, are we? Binding the Old Gods is actually interesting. Can't blink Angels with Resto. That's true. Yes. Rex Age is interesting. Idol is ramp, and it is a 2-drop, notably, folks. We don't have a lot going on at 2 here. The Swarm Saboteur is definitely not a lock to play. If we end up not playing the Swarm Saboteur, we have almost nothing at 2. We do have Jatora's Proving Ground, which is probably coming in now. as a land. You'd go Lantern over Idol even for curve consideration stuff. This is another 4-drop, I guess. All right. We'll go with the Lantern. Oh my gosh! We got Chatterfang! We got Chatterfang! Folks, the dream is alive. Parallel Lives, Anointed Procession, Chatterfang. All of them the token doublers. All the token doublers. I mean, Blade Splicer would be great. We should probably take it. It's the better pick, I think, but no, we're doing this. That's the thing. World Tree? Is the tapped land actually worth it here? We don't have any God cards. We actually do have a God card. Oh, Treasure Map is actually a 2-drop, folks. It's got to be Treasure Map, right? Kerrigan, good to see Maelstrom Archangel, Kerrigan. Really? I mean, the Treasure Map tokens would also be doubled. Good catch. Old Runstein. You're required to mill a card, though, right? It's got to be Treasure Map. Come on, we got to scry, folks. Gotta find our stuff, right? So, Thraben Inspector early is just a 1-drop that replaces itself. Later on, it comes off the top, makes a bunch of clue tokens. It's got to be better than the Forsaken Crossroads, right? Because we have a lot of lands already. I think Thraben's just better. We don't have a lot going on in the early game. Because remember, this isn't actually a 1-drop. It's down here because there isn't anything else, but it's probably more of a 4 or 6-drop or something, right? Okay, so Jetmir's Garden did come back. So is it Jetmir's Garden or the Skyclave Relic? Skyclave Relic makes tokens. So if we have Anointed Procession or Parallel Lives out, it makes additional Skyclave Relic tokens. Marathon, glad you made it. Good to see ya. Hullbreaker? Steino? The Jetmir's Garden is the disciplined pick, no doubt. It's a green-white dual land, right? And we're pretty firmly green and white. Shadowrunner, good to see you, my friend. It's a 0. That's fair, Ratchet. Will we even play Skyclave Relic is the question. Well, if we pick up Skyclave Relic, that almost certainly boots out Chromatic Lantern at the very least, right? The problem with Skyclave Relic is it ends up being a 6-drop. What are we doing with all that mana if we do this? Pick Emrakul? Guys, it's got to be the Garden. Let's be real here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so hold on. Tireless Tracker came back around. It's got to be this now, right? This makes clue tokens? Yeah. All right. Then Terra Sunder came back. Cloud Blazer showed up, though I don't think we can play it. Guardian Idol came back. Blade Splicer came back? Oh my gosh. All right. Well, fine. So Swarm Saboteur is out easily. Jator's Proving Ground is back out. Savai Triome is back out. Blooming Marsh is back, or is out. Bright Climb Pathway might as well stay, I guess, because we're pretty solidly mono white. It would just be a plains anyway. Agreed, Big Show. The good thing is, I agree, Delicious Crepes. I think this is probably a very solid 2 and 3, you know? But then we get to draft again, so that makes it okay. And we're going to have a great time in those couple of games. So we need to cut like a bunch of cards here. A bunch of them. Shoot, folks. Is it just another 3-drop? You'd cut our pack one, pick one, Billy Vadim? I actually don't think we should. For what it's worth, it's kind of fair, but I think this card is just good enough it needs to stay. It's a protection spell for our creatures, but it has blink value with Blade Splicer. Has blink value with Intrepid Adversary if it comes down early and we blink it back out, right? Has blink value with Thraben Inspector, with the Caracal, with the Trostani, with the Harmonious Archon. All of them blinking does things, right? You drop the Immortal Sun. I don't know. I think that's a very, very powerful card. We have a fair amount of like treasures and ramp and stuff. Ways of getting to our land drops. I think we'd like to have things to do at the top end. At some point, you get 3 wins out of pity. I mean, sure. It does boost all the tokens too. Exactly. So, folks, we need to cut 2 more cards here. I already cut Elspeth. Elspeth's gone already. 2 more cards. Okay, Tireless Provisioner or Tireless Tracker? It's got to be Provisioner, right? And Wabby, good to see you, my friend. Glad you made it. Glad you made it. How does that look? Somebody make a cohesive argument for your pet card that we cut. You know, decide, you know, if you're okay with it, don't bother, but you know, you want Kenny back, make a case. You want Chromatic Lantern, make a case. Fine, but I don't. Thraben Inspector? I don't know, press anyone. Thraben Inspector is white, and we're pretty solidly mono white here. Elspeth does make tokens, 40 cal. Glad you made it. Good to see ya. Well, the good thing about Ornithopter is, okay, so one of the best things about Llanowar Elves and Constructed is turn 1 you play Llanowar Elves, and then turn 2 you play a 3-drop. And in Constructed, a lot of those times those formats are so powerful, your 3-drops are about the biggest, you know, that you're gonna have a lot of your power concentrated in your 3-drops in a lot of, you know, again, Constructed formats, historic, things like that, right? So the good thing about an Ornithopter of Paradise is you know, land drop, play Ornithopter. The following turn, you make a land drop, and then you cast your 4-drop. So since we're trying to cast Parallel Lives and Anointed Procession specifically, Ornithopter makes Parallel Lives and Anointed Procession much better, right? Telstar, good to see ya. Lil Siggy, hey there! Good to see you, my friend. Yes, I am quite happy as well. I am quite happy as well. You'd say Provisioner over Tracker? This one gets us cards, but you're saying the treasures are more valuable just to be able to deploy our spells? I mean, all right. Let's see. Anything else? What would we cut for Kenrith? Because I like all of our 5-drops more than Kenrith right now. Even Mirari's Wake. Which, again, traditionally speaking, we don't have a ton to do with the mana. So I would love to have Kenrith back just so we have, you know, this makes mana to sink into things. But being an Anthem effect for our whole team is actually kind of good as well. I don't think we can cut History of Benalia for Kenrith. All right, guys. Yeah, I mean, Steinel, but that's not a point of data that is relevant, right? Because your deck is obviously going to be very different than this deck. At least I hope. For your benefit, I hope your deck was very different than the deck that we have built. But, you know, so like, yes, Kenrith is very powerful. No, I'm not debating its power. I don't think anybody here is debating its power. We're just debating whether or not it belongs in this deck, right? Mythos of Nethroi, taking care of our creature. Unfortunate. Play you against my boy deck? Oh, no. All right, fair enough, Billy Batting. Oh, yeah, that's right. Just a second. I got a couple of clicks to make. Oh my gosh, you got Joda and Golos. Holy crud. This is the greediest deck I've ever seen in my entire life. It looks amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, so land, combat. Pellet retreat. All right, let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. Eldest Reborn. I mean, you got it. You got it. All right, get in there. We're gonna make a dude. Indoth Triumph. Make a dude. I bet it did slap people. Good heavens. How could it not? March of Elder Woodland Light notably does not get Planeswalkers. So, our opponent's deck definitely looks like a Planeswalker style crazy thing, you know? All right, Gonti, taking a look at our cards. Gonna grab a hold of one of them, put the rest on the bottom. Gonna pass. Restoration Angel. Gonna come on down. No exiling. Oh, darn it. All right. And, hey, get a land drop. Don't mind if I do. Counters and Vigilance. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Gonti trading off with our Knight. Opponent drops to 7, which, of course, we are representing lethal right now. Opponent going to get Gonti back. Almost certainly here. Yep. And gonna steal something else from the top of our library. Okay. Well, I mean, we're presenting lethal, though, right? So we're going to be able to remove Gonti. It's just a matter of whether or not our opponent has removal spells for the rest of our cards, right? Yeah, I mean, that stinks. All right. Fine. And a land for Elishnorn? No, we did get an Anointed Procession, though. Opponent going to chump block. You got it. Use this here. Good to see ya. So far, it's going great. Use this here. Honestly, we're living the dream. It is good to be here and breathing. Okay. It's true, CPAs, but we were worried about what they might cast, right? I mean, sure. Like, you know, you've gotta... Like, no, using a removal spell is the thing you've got to be really careful about, right? When we only have one removal spell in the entire deck. Technically two, but you know, like, we got to be really careful. And Gonti is just not that big of a threat when we're making 3/3s, right? So yes, it was definitely a thing we could have done, but it was worrisome to do. Pim Pam Pum takes an extra turn, but doesn't get dudes with it. At 2 life, Angrath going to take our Intrepid Adversary, attack us with it, gain 5 life back, then sacrifice it? Brutal. Oh my gosh. Yuck. Oh, their own immortal son. Oh. Ishtari, glad you made it. Yes. Love it. Living the dream? Living the dream. No, Steinel. To tip means to turn sideways, right? So I tipped it. That's tipping the hat, right? English is a weird language. So you were trying to get me to disobey my own restrictions. However, I fulfilled the letter of the law by giving you exactly what you asked for. Maybe not what you wanted, but exactly what you asked for nonetheless. So, you know, it's what it is. Uh-oh. Turn 1 Triome, turn 2 Plains, Cold Steel Heart into Inspiring Vantage and a Domri to add mana. Can you make use of the 2 mana, the manly one? Menagerie Curator. Oh my gosh, that card's bonkers. That's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah, exactly, Steinel. I'm sure you're struggling for points. All right, little fight. Sure. Llanowar Elves. Mind Stone. All right. Well, damage dealt. So I guess land, Parallel Lives, pass, see what happens. We're trying to live the dream, folks. We're trying to live the dream. Gonna see how it goes. You would, Gromit. You would. All right, Domri gonna fight? No, gonna add mana. I mean, okay. Knights get +2, +1. So combat, go after Domri. Hey, Control Mage, glad you made it, my friend. Glad you made it. Just the chump block to protect the Domri. Felidar Retreat. Draws a little bit of card. And we're going to add some more dudes to the board. Parallel Lives, Felidar Retreat, online, folks. Lands are gas. Spells, gas. So, currently we have a single 7-drop in the deck. That's the only thing we can't cast. We'll see if it's good enough to bring this home. Uh-oh, Soul of Windgrace is actually crazy. Post Kiora, it even draws a card. We didn't actually end. Well, we went 6-3 Merlot, 6-3, and then 2-3. So the last one was a bit of a bummer. We were forcing tokens, and for what it's worth, no regrets. It was a lot of fun. All right. And land. More dudes. More dudes. We're just trying to generate more mana right now, Steinel. Oh my goodness, Deputy Detention. That's rude. That is rude. Exactly, Pogshim. You gotta, you know, stick to the things you love and all that, right? Untap a permanent. And Joda shows up! Oh my word! Alright. Alright, we block. We block! Ansabreu, good to see ya. Would like a dad joke, you say? Alright, fair enough. So, Immortal Sun. Yes. I think we'll actually pay the mana this time. No reason to let him draw more cards, because we actually have the mana to do the Caracal anyway. Because of the Immortal Sun. Alright, do it! Do it! Do it! That's brave. How does the moon cut his hair? How does the moon cut his hair? Eclipse it. All right, so, folks, you should know, Joda the Unifier is absolutely running away with this thing. This is kind of gross. All of these things are terrible. All of these things are terrible. All right. Down to 14 cards left in the library. Hopefully we're not resorting to needing to mill out Billy Bad Aim. Do I ever have a hard time explaining your jokes to people? No, Charlie Trotter. Because the secret for me is that I don't tell jokes for other people. I tell jokes for me. Right? If other people end up enjoying it, that's awesome. But I tell the jokes because I enjoy the jokes, right? Yeah, for real, Merlot. Absolutely living the dream over there as well. Darn it, Vazul. I didn't see you sneak in there. Glad you made it, my friend. All right. Do we do this? Or do we just chump? Because they can obviously just give it indestructible, right? All right. Let's just chump. All right, draw an extra card. Oh, my word. All right, so Anointed Procession. Decline to pay. Draw your card. All right. Land. Dudes. Remember, folks, they're cats. They're cats from the Felidar tree. And our own Esper Sentinel. All right, no attacks. Hold on. Joda goes digging, finds nothing. No more legendary cards in the deck. All right. Is there a way to give trample, though? That's the scary thing. Sheoldred. Ay, ay, ay. All right. All right. Okay, there's Kenrith. There just wasn't anything less than 5 mana, I guess. Crater of Behemoth would be disgusting. I'm not sure if that's in the list or not, though, right? 2 cards left in the library. I mean, it's in the cube. I don't know if it's in... Oh my goodness. There's the Elishnorn. All right. It's definitely in the cube. We cast it yesterday. Dayu, good to see ya. But there's no red mana, right? Or is there? Is there a way for these? Because this just makes them forests, right? Okay. Block. 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 Okay. Yo, you have the world tree? Oh my gosh. Nice. Actually, we were supposed to, we were actually supposed to let one of these through because making you draw a card was actually advantageous for us there. Niche 1982, good to see you, my friend. You know. Sure. Bring it back. Get that Llanowar Elves back. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can keep this. There we go. Field Greg dropping in that 20-month sub, my friend. Appreciate you. Welcome back. Welcome back. I appreciate it. And there we go. And boop. All right. Well, I mean, you know, not doing a whole lot here, but that's okay. Not much that needs to be done. Am I right? Am I right? He says with absolutely no firm feelings on this topic whatsoever. Hey, no, that's okay, Field Greg. Yeah, I'm not actually keeping attendance. I'll tease about it, but I'm not actually keeping attendance. I'm just glad you're here. It's good to see you. Oh my goodness, History Benalia. Zageiger is a token gamer as well. Three damage. Get in there. Get in there. Might have to leave Steam to try that. No, Niche 1982. You should know it's actually it's not live until after I go off stream. You know, it's only active when I'm not around is the general idea there. So, you know, just be aware of that. Be aware of that. Oh, you know. Inconvenient, but it is what it is. I think it was quite possible we were actually supposed to attack the Davriel with this Blade Splicer there, but didn't do it. So yeah, let's defend ourselves. Dropped 14. All right. Land shows up. Muldrifter, but just evoked. Could have paid the full cost. Elected not to. Wanted to send it to the bin. Interesting. So do I just go for... Yeah, I guess. Regal Caracal, and then X equals 3, right? Yeah. All right. It was tempting to dump it all into the Hangerback Walker, but I think that's less good because there easily could be a board sweeper over there or something that exiles, right? Could play Magic or John League's games from MTG 30. What? What? All right, Noxious Gearhole. Get rid of our Caracal. Sure. These things are fine. And Elishnorn. Adds a Geiger's face. All right. Not strictly dead. The Geiger can block the Hangerback Walker, and in fact does so. Drops to 4. We go to 22. Is there a board sweeper Geiger? Is there a board sweeper Geiger? Okay, is Saddle Wreckage in the cube? Does anybody know? Suddenly I'm worried. All right, Noxious Gearhulk gets rid of the Elishnorn. Is that enough? It is, right? Because they gained 8 life. Please don't exile the Hangerback Walker, though. That would be not great. Okay. Iganjo shows up. All right. Land. Counters and vigilance. Combat. Attack. Hangerback Walker, make a bunch of Thopters. Noxious Gearhulk, get in front of a 3/3. Zygarde dropped to 2. Maybe that was less good because this doesn't play around some of the other sweepers. I'm worried specifically about like Farewell and stuff, right? But there is Crux of Fate, I guess, as well. So having Hangerback Walker on the board was really good insurance against those sweepers. I don't know how many other sweepers there are. I know Doomscar's not in the cube. I ain't no Hangerback girl. That's right. Poseidon, that's right. Where's your day, Poseidon? Is a Geiger. Four cards in hand. Is there an answer over there? Do you have to go down for drawing more cards? No. Gets rid of a T-Hopter. Goes up for more dudes. I mean, I hope that's not it. I'm pretty sure Zygarde recognizes we're entertaining, so they got to keep the game moving. I'm pretty sure this is just this is a very important turn. Zygarde's deck, very, very late game. Obviously, lots of planeswalkers, controlling spells, stuff like that. So I'm sure Zygarde's not going to just rope us out for no reason. But, you know. 4 cards in hand. Lots of mana available still. 8 mana. So, all right, passes the turn. So let's see. I guess let's go for counters and vigilance. And then attack like so. Just in case it is actually Settle the Wreckage. I don't know if Settle the Wreckage is in the cube or not. But the counters and vigilance plays around the Wandering Emperor. Right? Gaining extra life. This also plays around 2 separate removal spells as long as they don't gain life. Okay, so Noxious Gearhulk with Sublime Epiphany. Going to be able to kill our 5/5. Not ideal. Okay, that was not a possibility we played around. 2303, glad you made it. It's not in the current cube. Okay, well, darn it. Then we goofed. We were supposed, if we had attacked with the other Thopter, then we would have been fine. Ravenous Chupacabra comes down. Kills another 3/3. All right. Fine. Hanging on for dear life. Bringing back Muldrifter to draw cards. That blocks one of our 3/3s. Did they get another removal spell? Is there another removal spell? Maybe. 6 cards in hand. 4 mana available. I mean, Esper is a great color for removal, obviously. There also just could be another flyer. And just buying another turn would be good. Irrigated farmland cycles away. Yeah, no, that is true. I have a really nasty habit of nervous clicking. And it has come back to bite me more than once. All right. Land makes the battlefield. Skyclave Relic comes down, and the Geiger scoops him up. GG. A fine hand. Draven Inspector in to crack the token. Yeah. Just drawing the cards you needed when I needed them, in the order you needed them? Well, I mean, yeah, exactly, Charlie Trotter. I don't know. Maybe he gives you a discount? Maybe. Maybe. Grog plays a forest and passes, so there's now Swamp Forest in play. We crash in for 1. We're going to draw the card here because we don't want to whiff on land drops when we have really good 5 drops, 6 drops and stuff, right? So just making sure to keep hitting our land drops is very, very good here. All right, Charlie Trotter dropping a gifted sub onto our good friends of Geiger. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Very, very kind of you indeed. Appreciate it. Convinced token and cube is bad. I mean, it is bad, Steino. We were drafting it not because we thought it was good, but because we were trying to have a good time, you know? Which so far, so good, all things considered. So, currently, oh my gosh, Hardcast Muldrifter. Oh boy, are they just living the dream over there? Okay. Well, we will fell at our retreat. No doubt about that. No attacks. Hang on. Hang on. Our opponent's letting us set up, so that much is good. Tireless Provision are going to add treasures, probably. At this point in the game, just making sure to try and double spell is really good. And a treasure gives them access to 6 mana. So 2 3-drops. That's a heck of a turn, right? They may have Terra Sunder for our Felidar Retreat, which, honestly, if they're going to use a Terra Sunder, we'd rather have them do it on the Felidar Retreat. Yeah, exactly. Then one of our other, artifacts and enchantments that are showing up here. So we're actually pretty happy about that. Mirari's Wake, come on down. No attacks. Hang on for dear life. They could easily also have Maelstrom Pulse or Binding the Old Gods, right? That take care of our Mirari's Wake. So, we're not necessarily in the clear. But if we get a land, life is pretty good, I think. He did not need to pay the 4 mana non-offensive Twitch name. I don't know why. They elected to do that. But Grug, for some reason, chose to do that thing. Tax do, good to see ya. I mean, probably just to flex on us. And in fairness, I feel flexed on. Radar, good to see ya. Yes, we are playing Cube. And living the dream. Absolutely living the dream. Spring Bloom Druid. Showing up. Tireless Provisioner. Putting in work. Lots and lots of treasures. Yeah, it could have been a misclick too. That's fair. And all right, well, so land, Immortal Sun, Trostani Discordant. And we're supposed to put counters on the Hangerback Druid this turn, right? Or are we just no, we're just supposed to attack. They're at 19. Let's go. Let's just go. We do not yet have black mana for our Terra Sunder, notably, folks. So, you know, we need to watch out for that. But now, if they do have... Do we really... I'm not sure we want to risk our Chatterfang right now. Because they really kind of need a board sweeper, right? I think we're going to hang on to this. Did 7 wins today. Crafted cards for another set to finish. Hey! Feels good, Tax, dude. Feels good. Farewell wasn't a bad... Yeah, I mean, Farewell's very good, Steino. For sure. Well, that's unfortunate. Hostage Taker. Going to get our Immortal Son? Oh, no, Trostani. That's not ideal. Why would they do that? Because now, if they ever cast it, we just get it back. I mean, I guess they do get dudes, so that's fine. Damage dealt. We dropped 14. Beanstalk Giant shows up. It's an 8/8. You got it. Well, we draw 2 cards. Hey, there's the black mana. Sign me up. So, Terra Sunder. Give us back our... Oh, no, darn it. We were supposed to Chatterfang there. That's my bad. We're short 2... We're short 2... Squirrel tokens because of that. That was... Yeah, that was kind of dumb. No attacks. Paro Feliz, good to see ya. No. We're playing Cube, Paro Feliz. Living the dream. Though, admittedly, when you look at this board, you might think we were playing Commander. Because it is very difficult to explain otherwise. Well, you know, I guess. Great Afghan, I guess. Hornet Queen! Alright. Making a whole bunch of Hornets. And Yarok! Why Yarok after Hornet Queen? That's tough to explain. Alright. Well. Our turn. Draw an additional card. Okay. I mean, all these things are great. We are quite pleased about these things. Combat. Chatterfang get in. Yep. Make 4/4s. They can't block Chatterfang because Chatterfang has Forest Walk. So they block there and there. And then we go X equals 1 on the Yarok Desecrated. Sacrifice this squirrel. Gain our opponent a little life. Trade with squirrels. Hang on, folks. Hang on. These Hornet Queen Muldrifter nonsenses looking a little rough. Oh, it was in that order. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, I didn't realize they came off the top of the library. I wasn't... I guess I wasn't paying attention to that. Cavalier of Thorns comes off. Tireless Provisioner. Does its thing. Still making treasures, not making food. Oh my goodness. Our opponent doing their dead level best to draw themselves out here. Down to 9 cards in library. So many tough to explain things happening. Exactly, Girls Night. We really need an Elesh Norn to be in the next top 2 cards here. That's what we need. Elesh Norn would be great. Because we need to take care of these Hornet Queens. The Hornet Queen and her tokens, I should say. All right. We've got 16 life gain. That's true. All right. Land. Tireless Provisioner. Dudes. Tireless Provisioner. Make food. Combat. Turn our creatures sideways. I think they're going to block the Adeline. Because it's 22 damage. No, I was wrong. They're in fact not going to block the Adeline. They're just going to die. GG. GG indeed.